That's for three, and that's good. Gain the zone. Shot, it's good! That's been all. Pulls up, knocks it down!
Welcome everybody watching live to the Luke Urban Fieldhouse and the Thomas Skip Karen basketball court for the next chapter of this historic Massachusetts high school basketball rivalry between the Durfee Hilltoppers and the visiting New Bedford Whalers. Welcome everybody, I'm Brendan Kelly and I will be navigating this ship tonight solo. Very excited to be calling this game. When you think of Durfee, New Bedford, history is what comes to mind immediately for me. It brings me back to 1992, 1994, and all the historic games that I watched as a kid from a coaching standpoint, and now blessed to be calling this game tonight in what is going to be a very meaningful game for both New Bedford Whalers and the Durfee Hilltoppers. Whalers coming in tonight with the most recent power rankings coming out this afternoon. At number 19 in the Division I power rankings, New Bedford High, 12-4, while the Hilltoppers come in at 8-7, and just at the 32-point mark, the cutoff at 32. Top 32 teams get in regardless, and at under 32, a 10-10 500 record will get you into the tournament right now. So needless to say, this is a very important game for the Hilltoppers, especially being on their home court. A month ago, Durfee came into this game at New Bedford High School at 5-1 and dropped a very close, very well-played high school basketball game and went into January a little up and down right now. So this is a big opportunity for the Hilltoppers. And then the Whalers, on the other hand, they're in the playoffs right now. Regardless, they're in the 19. As Josh Stevenson starts the game off with a three-pointer. New Bedford in the playoffs regardless, having a really nice year on the head coach Matt Hill. For New Bedford Whalers, their starters right now, number 2, Jaron Goodine, number 4, Jartavius Penrose, number 11, Diego Montanari, number 13, Isaac Rivera, and number 23, Louis Vega for the starters for New Bedford. As Durfee brings the ball up right now, Ben Sherry with a fantastic move to the right, just out. Montanari bringing the ball down. Durfee starting off in a man-to-man right now. They're starters of what they've been pretty much primarily this season with a little bit of a twist of late. Number 5, Josh Stevenson, the do-all point guard, combo guard for Durfee, having an unbelievable season. Number 2, Jalen Lambert, a junior, recently inserted into the starting lineup. Long, athletic wing, plays good defense with the foul line. It looks to be Lambert on the wing. Number 23, Jaden Souza. Number 1, Ben Sherry. And number 3, Alvin Teixeira rounds out the starters for Durfee. New Bedford take the ball out underneath their own basket. Durfee staying in a man-to-man on the out of bounds. Montanari getting to the lanes, had a really, really nice season for the Whalers as they've really turned a corner this year with Pinero with a putback 3-2 early into the game. New Bedford, when I went a month ago, what I was most impressed about was New Bedford's full court pressure, which historically they've been known for. This is the fastest New Bedford pressure, longest New Bedford pressure that I've seen in a long time. Really made it tough for Durfee as Lambert with a nice second opportunity banks one in. Durfee back defensively in a man-to-man, 5-2 to start the ball game. Great start for Durfee. Those that listen to me throughout these broadcasts, I'm a big believer in quick starts for Durfee. They tend to play well when they see the ball going to the basket. Right now, 5-4 start, couple good offensive opportunities, good for the Hilltoppers as Lambert, aggressive going to the basket, will go to the foul line to shoot 2. Good scenario for Durfee right now. The main part of Durfee's offense, Josh Stevenson, when they do well, it's when other guys are contributing, when other guys are getting opportunities to score and putting the ball in the basket. So to have Jaden Lambert start off with a bucket and a nice attack to the basket, good sign for Durfee offensively. Lambert making sure he's taking his time at the free throw line. Second opportunity, no good. Rebound by Penro, excuse me. As Jaron Goodine brings the ball up to the floor right now. New Bedford High in a double stack off a double screen. Pinned down, great box out. Rebound by Ben Sherry. Ball to Lambert. New Bedford retreats defensively as Stevenson pulls up wicked deep heat check. New Bedford's out and running. Goodine takes it into Sherry and one for New Bedford. Great take by Jaron Goodine. Waited for the contact and won 6-5. New Bedford. Goodine at the free throw line for the and one. New Bedford off their makes, like to pressure the ball, 1-2-1-1. Historically, I talk about going back to the 90s, watching the historic Durfee New Bedford games of those days. The pressure defense from New Bedford High is a trademark staple of theirs. Always a nightmare, always tough to get the ball over half court. As we have a stop in time right now. Strength coach Eli Brooks across the floor. Athletic director Brad Buston across the floor. The referee said something, and the fans don't like it. If I had to guess, there was a noisemaker during the JV game, and I stand corrected. That a noisemaker, which is a no-no in MIA high school sports, and we follow the rules here, so we put it away. As Goodine hits the second of the free throws, New Bedford in their pressure, a little lighter than what it was a month ago. Lambert attacking to Sarah. Kick out to Souza, bobble through his hands, out of bounds for the Hilltoppers. New Bedford brings up the ball. Montanari bringing the ball up right now against a man-to-man. Montanari, as I stated before, having a really, really good season for New Bedford. Very long, athletic, wiry guard, can get to the rim. Has really played special for New Bedford, and their nice turnaround this year as both teams look to get the ball. The traveling call on New Bedford and Durfee. Durfee sets up into their press breaker right now. New Bedford's a loud catch as Stevenson gets things under control, cuts the floor in half in the middle of the floor. Durfee gets to set up their half-court offense. Souza left wide open. In, out, back in. Big three for Souza. Good to see him get that one to fall in right now. Souza's had a great year. Very good athlete for Durfee. Came over from Bishop Connolly a couple years ago with their school closure, and he's been nothing but a fantastic addition to the Hilltopper athletic department in both basketball and baseball. Durfee doing a much better job than a month ago breaking the press as Souza left open in the corner again. Gets another one to rattle in. Gigantic start for Jaden Souza. Two big threes that didn't go right in. They kind of rattled them around. That's just what a shooter needs, and somebody who wants that ball to fall needs to see those. Big start for Souza as Goodine for three to Sarah with a good rebound, and Stevenson's out on an open break. Euro step, bounce going up for two. Great for the Hilltoppers. A month ago, the pressure of New Bedford High really had a tough time on the Hilltoppers getting the ball up. Wouldn't always result in a turnover, but Durfee had to work very hard just to get into their half-court offense right now. First quarter, Durfee's done a really good job of breaking that initial pressure, getting good shots, getting into that half-court offense under control as Stevenson hits the first free throw for a 12-9 lead. Stevenson hits the second. Durfee retreats defensively right now, and just a straight-up solid man-to-man right now. New Bedford screening away, traditional motion offense right now, a little bit of standing around. But both teams are going to try to do the exact same thing, attack the rim as Stevenson gets the ball out to Lambert. Tessera flies in for the rebound. No good as New Bedford whips that ball up court. Jules Johnson just into the game. Three-pointer, no good. Durfee fans let him hear it as Stevenson with a very pretty move. No contact. Stevenson wanted the contact. Ball did go out on Durfee. Tough play, tough call, bang, bang. As I've stated quite often this season, Stevenson plays so physical. For somebody who's not a traditional big, there's a lot of physicality bringing up the ball. Sometimes be tough from an officiating standpoint as Jules Johnson comes right back with a nice bucket for a 13-11 lead for Durfee. Foul on Goodine. Durfee a little lucky right there. They threw that ball right into the corner where that's the trap zone on that 1-2-1-1. That first pass, teams allow it. They want to go for that first initial trap. And then they got a guy diving down for the second one right there. So it's tough. You want to make that pass because it's wide open, but that's exactly where that first trap is coming. Durfee got lucky. There was a foul. As Montanari is on the ball right now, the very long arms, and you can see he's funneling that ball right there, right into that first pass, and exactly what New Bedford wanted. Montanari angled himself, dared the inbounder to go right to the corner. Fast trap right there. There's not a lot of room to go. Sideline, you're out of bounds. You double it up there. That's a great job by the Whalers on that initial press. New Bedford in that deep side out right now. Durfee did a good job making it tough on that. Inbound, New Bedford in right now with a full shot clock, 30. Johnson for three in the corner, no good. Tessera, really good job of rebounding right now. That great skip pass, which is open. I mean, it was taught a long time ago that the best way to break that 1-2-1-1 press is nice pass down low. Sherry for the make is to go long diagonals and to throw over the top of it. So Tessera goes angle on that one. An attacked drive, Ben Sherry, Montanari again with Durfee's going to stay out of that area right now. They throw ahead with a 3-on-1. Slips out of Stevenson's hands. New Bedford on the break right now. Durfee retreating defensively right now. Organized defensively, Hilltoppers. Montanari at the top of the key, guarded by Alvin Tessera. Jules Johnson again for two. Done a great job coming off the bench. Tough air ball three-pointer to stop, but he's been engaged since then, 4 points. Durfee, great job with the press breaker, but Isaac Rivera on the back end, which is another one of those trap zones that you look for. Montanari wide open three in the corner, no good. Batted around a little bit. New Bedford with a clean shot clock. Johnson to the rim again. Durfee batting the ball around volleyball style, given too many opportunities. Stevenson, good rebound. A lot of New Bedford hands in there. Foul. Durfee will bring the ball up right now. 43 seconds to go in the first quarter, 15-15. Pretty clean game by both teams right now. Both teams, I would say, executing their game plan. Had an opportunity to talk to both coaches before the game. And defensively, Souza in rhythm, no good. 34 seconds left. Shot clock is just about identical right now. It's Montanari with a quick three in the shot clock right now. Coach Hill, not sure if that was the shot that they wanted. Durfee looks as though they're going to run the clock down. 15 seconds to go in a very fast pace first quarter. If my partner Evan Massoud was here, this would definitely fall under the Evan Massoud meter of flow. 5 seconds left for Stevenson. High ball screen by Teixeira. Great hands by Montanari. No shot either team. And we go into the second quarter the exact same way we started, locked up at 15. Both teams came out, and talking to Coach Hill, Coach DeCruz at the beginning of the game, both teams came out and executed, their game plan. For Durfee, it's opportunistic offense, spreading the ball around, giving opportunities with good shots. Josh Stevenson is going to get his shots no matter what. He is that prolific of a scorer. He gets into the painted area, and he's just as good of a passer as he is a finisher and a scorer. Guy is going to make shots. Jaden Souza, 2 big threes that go in. Jalen Lambert, 2 very active takes to the rim. Good news for the Hilltoppers. On the other side with New Bedford, Coach Hill, his bread and butter has been their pressure defense, their speed, and getting out and open layups. Durfee did a good job of trying to negate that. New Bedford had a lot of opportunities with that. The pressure you saw, they're gonna try to bait you going into those trap zones. So Durfee's gonna be very aware of it when they throw diagonal, when they throw long, they give themselves good opportunities. So 15-15 going into the second quarter. Very fast quarter right now, as the crowd is starting to pile up a little bit right now at the Luke Urban Fieldhouse. Durfee, New Bedford, I can't say anything more about it. For me personally, I've spoken very often about it. This is my first initial love of sports, coming here as a kid. These great games of 2,000, 2,500 people in the gym on a Tuesday night, Friday night with my dad and friends, and it was just made me fall in love with sports. So it's a pleasure to be doing this game, in this chapter of the long historic rival. And this is one of those games where records don't matter. It's great that this year they do. Both teams right now, middle of February, fighting for playoff spots, fighting for seedings. A lot of hard work into a season as Sherry up fake gets right to the rim with a beautiful finish from baseline drive for Ben Sherry to start off the second quarter. It's great to have a meaningful Durfee New Bedford game this late in the season where, both teams' hard work is starting to show off right now. Lambert, very good pressure on the wing right now. Loose ball into the painted area as Stevenson goes coast to coast with a great finish and a great start to the second quarter for the Hilltoppers. That layup was started by Lambert with his ball pressure on the wing. Very, very long and athletic guard as Montanari backs his way in. Old school, muscled one home for 2. Lambert called for a second foul right now. We'll see if Coach DeCruz gives trust in his junior wing or if he's going to play it safe. It looks right now that sophomore Matt Sherry will be entering the game for the Hilltoppers. Lambert plays an aggressive style of on-ball defense, does not give a lot of airspace. That's just a real good big boy move from Montanari, finish into the painted area as the officials are making sure the foul situations are correct as Montanari waits on the free throw line for the first of his 2 free throws. Excuse me. It was an and one, and this is the and one as Sherry enters the game for Lambert, which very good start for Lambert defensively, offensively right now. Energy, under control defense. He'll go to the bench with 2. As Montanari has one roll out. Offensive rebound by Samaji Ivy, and steal right away, and the Whalers go up by 2. And here comes that pressure right now. Durfee's throwing the ball all over the place as Sherry with a great throw for Souza off kind of a busted play right now. Ben taking a page out of his brother's playbook and tossing the touchdown pass as New Bedford setting up their press right now. Durfee has poor spacing as they're able to bring the ball up the floor right now, settle into their offense. Sousa's feeling it right now, which is a good sign right now. Extra opportunity, Durfee with a clean clock and a traveling violation on Stevenson. Not sure I saw that one right there, as it looked like he took a retreat dribble onto the top of the key. And a traveling right now as New Bedford takes a 23-21 lead right now, just 2 minutes into the second quarter. Durfee staying into their man-to-man right now. Both teams match up well height. There's no real traditional quote-unquote bigs. Everybody's very much the same size right now as Sherry rips down the rebound, gets it out to Stevenson as New Bedford retreats defensively. And Stevenson puts it into second gear right now. Contact, bounces around. Stevenson a little frustrated right now. He wanted the foul, and I don't blame him, as Teixeira has taken the reins of guarding Montanari as Coach Matt Hill calls a timeout, wants to settle things down right now with a timeout. Matt Hill off of a positive. In high school sports, a lot of times we associate timeouts on the negative. And my style, personally, coaching is I try to call timeouts off of positives, or sometimes I'll call them just maintenance timeouts or preventative timeouts right now. Hill, things are going really well for New Bedford right now, calls a timeout, and if I had to guess, is just reassuring his troops and settling them down right now where they've got some good momentum. When they're able to score, they set up their press, exactly what they want to do right now. Hill saw them offensively look the tads helter-skelter and just wants to settle them in right now with a full clock at 20, just under a full clock at 29. This will be a pretty important stretch for the Hilltoppers right now. They've got a good start. They've gotten very spread out offensively right now with 4 guys scoring right now, and very active Alvin Teixeira on the rebounding effort right now. This is important stretch right now where you continue to clean up the glass, take care of the ball, get good shots. You want to go into halftime feeling good right now as New Bedford with a clean clock. J.L. Martinez, excuse me, Louis Vega with the touch, with the layup. Durfee's bench with a warning right now. A few of the assistant coaches right now. As Sherry looks to inbound the ball right now with a run and start right into that corner, right where Durfee does not want to be. Stevenson tries to rip through right now, draws the foul. When you get into that corner, you don't have a lot of options right now. Stevenson being a strong ball handler and just a strong guard to begin with, kind of able to rip through right now. As you see, Montanari is just daring Durfee to throw into that corner. And there's a lot of bodies on one quarter of the court right now. Not usually recipe for success, as Durfee does an incredible job of breaking the press as the layup just rolls out. Durfee, great job getting back defensively. A lot of contact, no foul. Ball is being batted around. Teixeira diving on the floor, very helter-skelter right now. And somehow Stevenson comes away with the ball, attacks the rim, no foul, very active, both teams, as Stevenson goes up. A foul is called, and we will be shooting 2, as that was the first very helter-skelter play from both ends right now. Referees allowing them to play. And Stevenson pausing for a second right now, catches breath. Durfee regrouping, both New Bedford regrouping. It's good to see both teams playing hard right now. You can tell that this rivalry means something to both schools, and they're playing hard as Stevenson knocks down the first. As Sarah gets in right now on the other end. DeAndre Harris set to check into the game right now. Jaden Souza, really good minutes to start the game. Harris coming in right now off a really good game Tuesday night against the other New Bedford, Greater New Bedford Vogue Bears, where Harris scored the first 8 points of the game. Harris has done a nice job this year coming off the bench, playing multiple roles. He's one of the taller players for Durfee, but not necessarily a center. Has a great Euro step by Rivera, knocks it down. New Bedford setting up their press again. Harris gets the ball back to Sherry. Sherry bringing the ball up on the right side of the floor, leaves his feet. Deflection by New Bedford. Durfee will get the chance on the side out right there. Press breakers, they're so important, and sometimes the more people you bring down to bring it up, the more you clog it up. There's a lot of people, white and red jerseys, underneath that opposite foul line. There's a lot going on right there as Durfee is able to right now go into a 1-4. Stevenson with an acrobatic scoop, no good. Gonzalez bringing the ball up. Marquise Gonzalez loses it with Durfee. Will get the ball right now. 4 minutes to go. A little less clean second quarter to start. Stevenson guarded by Montanari right now. Two top players in the Big Three Conference as Tessera, attacks the area. Harris weasels his way into the painted area, gets a shot off. Foul will go to the free throw line for 2. Third foul for New Bedford in the second quarter. And Harris will have a chance for 2 right here, try to stop the bleeding that New Bedford has caused Durfee. Durfee with the first 4 points to start the second quarter as Harris misses the first, and it's been all New Bedford since then. The combination of driving to the basket and Durfee turnovers right now as Harris sets himself for the second. And Harris gets himself on the board right now. Durfee back defensively. 3-point ball game, 27-24. New Bedford as Montanari goes to the rim, and Coach DeCruz not happy with that call as Montanari will go to the free throw line for 2. Very tough matchup, and as I stated before, both teams match up pretty well with each other size-wise. Montanari is a big guard. He is a college-level guard. He's stronger than he looks. He's very long and athletic, and is very much a matchup problem for most teams this year as he knocks down the first for New Bedford. Important right now, Durfee has their press breaker set up right now. Wouldn't be a bad opportunity to have a different look as the ball's batted around as Sarah comes up with it right now. Durfee has a chance to get into their half-court set as Sarah goes right to the rim, knocks one down as Montanari fast back down the court. Isaac Rivera knocks down the 3. And Durfee throws the ball over the press breaker, which is just how you break it. Stevenson, great crossover move, in for 2. And we're going to get a delay right now. I'm not sure that was done intentionally right now. It was just one of those that missed. Delay of game right now on Stevenson. This is one right now where I think the naked eye might have looked as though it was a delay of game, but I think in the moment that was just a ball flip that didn't realize how close he was, and the technical foul that I don't agree with right now. That the technical foul on Josh Stevens for flipping the ball after the basket. I don't know. I think in real time, watching that right there, that maybe there was a little speed on it right now, but in this game right here, there's got to be a little bit of allowing emotion right now as New Bedford knocks down the first. As Coach Cruz calls a timeout in the middle of the technical foul, which I don't think you can do right now. He'll be able to get his timeout after. And the crew's not happy right now with the call. And I wouldn't be either right now. Rivera misses the second right now. A 6-point ball game. New Bedford up 32-28. Third free throw. I'm not really sure right now why this 3 on a technical foul. There wasn't a foul. It was after a made basket. I'm not sure why there's a third technical foul as he misses this one. Rivera now with the 4th. And misses the last 3. I've joked quite often this year about being a rep teacher, and one of the subjects on that is basketball, and I've got to go back and take a look as to why there was 4 free throws on that one right now. Durfee got out of that pretty cheap with just none on that, as Montanari contact and 1. Right now, Montanari taking over this second quarter, getting into the lane at will. You look at Jalen Lambert really did a nice job in that first quarter of limiting him right now. Now it's kind of play by committee as who's guarding, and he's done a really good job getting to the free throw line, getting buckets. New Bedford not shooting their free throws very well as Penrose hustles for the rebound. Ball's out of bounds on New Bedford, though. Durfee back in the press break. New Bedford, they're 1-2-1-1. Durfee right up the sideline. Great pass. Harris tough on the catch. Travel right now. Fantastic pass by Stevenson. Threw that one right from the scorer's table. Cross court. And the clock still going right now. A couple seconds ran off the clock. I'm not sure if the referees caught that. But 2:46 left to go in the half. 6-point game with New Bedford up right now. Really having their way. It was a quick start for Durfee. New Bedford's been very under control, very deliberate in their offensive sets, very deliberate in their defense and their pressure. And Durfee's done a good job. They're in right now a little bit of a bend mode, but they're not breaking. It's important now, these last 2 minutes, 46 seconds, this is closeout time. Anybody that's listened to me throughout the season of the last couple of years, I reference this often, closeout time. You want to close out the quarters, you want to close out halves, you want to go to the built-in breaks on positives. And we're pretty much in closeout time right now for both teams. If you're the Whalers, you want to try to see if you can extend this to +10. We've got clock problems right now. Horn goes off. Officials do not redirect as Durfee comes out right now, switches up defensively. They're in a 2-3 zone right now. Lambert back in the game, playing with 2 fouls. In for Harris right now. Montanari right now playing that foul line position right now. He will play that physical. Durfee in what I would call the double bonus, but it's no longer a double bonus anymore. They're just over the limit as Teixeira enters the painted area right now. Stevenson, top of the key 3-pointer, miss. Lambert fights for the rebound as Montanari flies down the court. Sherry comes up with the ball off the break right now. Foul on the Whalers. Marquise Gonzalez with the foul. Durfee with the side out right now. With a lot of whistles and a lot of contact, a lot of physicality in the second quarter right now. It's going to be important. Both teams right now go into halftime at full strength with nothing really silly. As Lambert inbounds the ball, Stevenson right at the top of the key. Out a little deeper than normal to Teixeira on the top. Sherry 3 in the corner is no good. Sarah got away with one. Over the back, no good. Loose ball foul. Loose ball foul, they're going to call on Sherry, his second right now. So now we're getting a little deeper. Whalers will be shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way right now. And now we've got a couple guys in that two fouls. Wouldn't call foul trouble by any stretch, but you don't want one of your starters picking up a cheap third one right now. The crew's going to go with him. He's trusted Lambert, and Sherry's been a very trustable athlete all through his career right now. He's going to allow him to stay in right now and trust those guys not to pick up their third. As Rivera's at the free throw line right now, first of 2. As I've stated, last year the running joke was with the new rule change, I didn't give my answer on whether or not I liked the new rule to the end of the season, and when I finally did, stated I didn't right now. It takes away the pressure of a one-on-one being a good free throw shooter. You don't have that pressure of making the first to get the second, as Rivera hits both of them right now, allows New Bedford into their press. Lambert up the sideline to Sherry, Matthew Sherry. New Bedford retreats back defensively right now, and they go right into a man-to-man, which is very impressive. Most teams drop back into some type of a zone right now. New Bedford matches up as Stevenson, 3 from the corner, bounces out to Sarah, flies in right now. Loose ball foul. That'll be his second. And he's trying to get his case right now. And I've been around basketball a long time. I've never seen a referee make that switch. So Bedford right now. Just about a minute and a half right now. New Bedford shooting a lot of free throws as the fouls haven't been updated on the clock right now. Teixeira with his second foul. Penrose knocks it down, and just as I stated right now, closeout time for both teams. New Bedford, your goal. See if you can get this up around 10. It's at 9 right now, with an opportunity for 10 as Penrose knocks down the second free throw. Stevenson on the wing with a very lofty pass right now that could have gotten picked off. Matthew Sherry on the left side of the floor. Kicks it out. Stevenson bobbles, gets to the rim, scoop shot, no good. New Bedford's on the break right now. Sherry with a good rebound, great minutes in the second quarter from Matthew Sherry. He's had a nice year for Durfee. Sherry attacking on the right side to Sarah. Slipped by Stevenson. Great ball movement by the Hilltoppers. Still 18 seconds on the shot clock right now. Durfee doesn't have to settle for a good. They can get a great shot as Lambert attacks the rim and one. Big time move. Great offensive series from Durfee. 5 guys touch the ball. Great attack. Lambert and one. And that's a big, important offensive series for Durfee right now. New Bedford goes up 10. Durfee slows that down right now. Lambert shooting the and one of the and one. Bounces around, doesn't go in. Penrose with the rebound. Montanari brings the ball down the floor. Great slip down. Miss layup. Penrose up, scores a 2. Lead is back up to 10 with 18 seconds to go. Stevenson's going to cut the floor in half. He's going to attack right from the middle, bring this down. We're down to 10 seconds. High screen right now. Matthew Sherry wide open, left side of the 3, in and out. Stevenson rebound, puts the ball back out on the rim. It's no good. And we go into halftime of the latest installment of Durfee New Bedford boys basketball. With the score 40-30, New Bedford leading at the half. Started out second quarter, Durfee gets 2 quick buckets in a 4-point lead, it was pretty much all New Bedford after that, as Durfee had a tough time scoring and bringing the ball up the floor. I wouldn't necessarily say that. There was a lot of turnovers, but Durfee had a hard time and had to really work to bring that ball up the floor against New Bedford High's pressure. Exactly what Coach Matt Hill and his staff wanted to do. 40-30 at halftime. I'm Brendan Kelly. We will be back after halftime here at the Luke Urban Fieldhouse.
St. Anne's Shrine is an anchor building to Fall River.
Many worshipers have claimed that this landmark is the site of miraculous healings.
Construction began in 1891. The Romanesque revival style is unprecedented, and the 160-foot steeples are visible from all directions. The congregation was established generations ago when builders mined world-renowned Fall River granite located at the base and utilized Vermont blue marble for the upper exterior walls.
"40 years ago, the shrine was added to the National Register of Historic Places. Despite some disrepair, this is a working building, open for prayer and reflection. In addition, a Christian lay organization distributes food from here on Saturdays."
Amazingly, 3 priests are entombed below. Volunteers with St. Anne's Shrine Preservation Society expect this house of worship will again welcome pilgrims from near and far, as well as historians, architects, and school children.
11 years ago, voters approved a 1.5% property surcharge to fund the Community Preservation Act. Over $150,000 was awarded for repairs on the southern side of the building. Craftsmen are entrusted to restore the slate roof tiles, copper gutters, and downspouts. Phase 2 entails duplicate copper and slate work, as well as repointing of mortar joints. These efforts will permit the upper church to reopen for the public.
CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
I'm Mike Labossiere, What's Upper Reservation Forester.
And I'm Paul Furlan, the Administrator of Community Utilities.
Protecting open space is a benefit today, and it's a gift to future generations.
For over 150 years, Fall River has been a leader in environmental preservation. The Southeastern Massachusetts Bioreserve ensures forests and fields remain undeveloped and accessible. The Community Preservation Act is a vital component to fulfill climate goals.
Since 2017, CPA funds totaling nearly $1.3 million have been used to acquire conservation areas in Fall River. Educational programs within the Bioreserve connect families to nature and promote understanding and respect for diverse culture, history, and wildlife.
Half of Fall River, about 12,000 acres, an area the size of Mattapoisett, is protected water and woodland. Healthy forests minimize flooding, reduce erosion, and provide habitat for endangered species.
As the region expands manufacturing and technology, people are directly reliant on green infrastructure as an irreplaceable source of clean water and air.
Miles of trails wind through unique landscapes which appeal to hikers, cross-country skiers, and mountain bikers. Specific areas are open for safe seasonal hunting. The Bioreserve promises endless discoveries and recreational experiences year-round.
CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
They hand it off back to Romero. Romero forges ahead. Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
Coming in, you're really scared, you might be a little nervous, but I think being a part of a team gives you friends who can come with you all the way through high school, and then coaches looking out for you. I think as an athlete, you can improve and learn the art of dedication.
That shot taken. Cadet will take the shot and score.
Hard work pays off. Like for my freshman year, starting off hardly knowing anything about sports to now my junior year, having almost all the school records in track and field. I feel like this school shows a lot of opportunities in classrooms and out of classrooms.
1, 2, 3, Durfee!
High flip to Espinal. Open three. Got it! Big time hit from Granham.
Durfee has such a great community, such great pride. You know, we're people who love to be here, we love to compete, we love to play, and it's such a great opportunity.
Corralled by Camara, full steam ahead. Weaving through traffic, takes the shot, and it's good! Camara, coast to coast!
I've made a lot of great friends playing sports. I really appreciate how it fosters a community amongst all of the athletes, even in between sports seasons.
Good pass up the field, gets some good backspin on it, and it is a loose ball! Shot, and it's good! To tie it, it's good! Medeiros on the PK!
You have a lot of support and a lot of people around you. It's a good environment, especially the sports teams.
Great. O'Connell with the three, and the lead is over 30.
I know how much pride it takes to be a topper, so it made me work harder so I can be more successful.
It's really great to just be able to learn accountability, reliability, just getting involved in school, and I feel like the best way to do that is to join a sport.
In the air in a deep left field. Coppola heading back at the wall. It's gone! 3-run home run for Montilla, and it's a 2-run game.
The school administration building at 417 Rock Street was built over 100 years ago by craftsmen from around the globe.
And Mr. and Mrs. William Brayton, mill owners, raised their 9 children in this statement home.
Decades later, the property became too costly for a single family and was gifted to the Fall River School District. Architects reconfigured the 22 rooms to accommodate administrative staff.
By 2018, this historic structure was compromised, eliciting mold and water damage. Once dubbed the last big house on the hill, this extraordinary piece of architecture was in poor condition.
Care was shown to restore artistic elements, including the circular railing and banister, chair rails, crown molding, antique and oak flooring. And the building is now handicap accessible.
Roof work was the primary concern for the Brayton house. This new pitch surface directs water to a modernized drainage system.
10 years ago, Fall River residents voted to adopt the Community Preservation Act, which allows for a 1.5% surcharge on property tax bills to incentivize history, travel, diversity, and recreation. CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
Oh, welcome back those watching live to the Luke Urban Fieldhouse for the start of the second half. of Durfee, New Bedford right now. Just to recap the first half, 40-30 New Bedford as they take the lead going into the third quarter right now, as the cheerleaders, dance squads, and a nice halftime performance is wrapping up. For Durfee right now, they're going to have to come out with some halftime adjustments. Breaking the press is something that when they're successful, they've led to good opportunities. In New Bedford, they're going to want to continue going to that press. I thought they were pretty good in their half-court sets, as Montanari's done a really, really good job of getting to the basket, played a great second quarter. For Durfee, they're going to have to navigate some foul trouble right now, as Ben Sherry has 2 fouls, Jalen Lambert 2 fouls, Alvin Tessera 2 fouls, Josh Stevenson 2 fouls, and Jaden Susan 2 fouls, as their entire starting lineup goes into the second half with 2 fouls. Now with the third quarter, do we call 2 fouls foul trouble? No, but it's something to keep in mind. And as for point totals right now, Josh Stevenson leads all scorers with 11 points. Jaden Souza second with 2. For New Bedford, Diego Montanari 9 points, and Isaac Rivera has 9 points. Those of you watching live right now, listening to me for the entire first half, I'm bringing on a special guest and one of my favorite students is Jalen Lambert with a 3 to start the third quarter from the wing. One of my favorite students, a captain last year for Durfee, BCC current player right now, and just an all-around hoop head and a guy who is old school. He knows basketball. He's into basketball right now. Now that he's not at Durfee, I miss our daily conversations about hoops. That's why I brought him in right now, third quarter. Devontae Stewart, welcome aboard the broadcast. Happy to have you.
What's up, man?
Yeah, it was good. I saw you at the New Bedford Vote game the other day. I said, I'm going to be navigating this on my own. I said, what do you think about hopping on for a quarter or two, just so that people have somebody else to talk to and just pick your brain right now. You're somebody who follows basketball, the local scene. You played with these guys last year. You played with New Bedford. What do you think so far?
Especially coming in your home house, you have to, even at New Bedford, it's probably the hardest game of the season. It don't matter, having a bad season, no matter what. The environment's crazy. It's just a great atmosphere to play basketball in.
Yeah, it was something that, I've spoken about that, my love of sports comes from watching this. Tessera from the left side of the wing has extra opportunity. Sherry with a little extra right now, picks up his third foul, and those are the foul situations right now that we're going to have to navigate as the Hilltoppers. But to bounce off what you were saying, Durfee, New Bedford, the home crowds, it's special games. You always have those games circled right now.
Yeah, definitely. It's a tough foul early.
Tough foul early right now on aggressive play, something that, as a coach and staff, that you don't mind that, but with some cheap ones,
yes, sir, John.
With a great finish. Late call.
Late call.
Stevenson, technical foul right now. I did not see. As bodies went flying, the initial call.
Javi shooting 4 on this one.
Was I wrong in the first half? I noticed that when the flip, the technical foul, there was 4 free throws.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Ja threw the ball at the ref. Ref misunderstood what was going on and then had to take him up just because the environment went crazy, threw the ball past the cheerleaders.
And then we had four free throws, and Durfee got out cheap with that.
Especially to close the half.
Yeah, and we talk about it on the broadcast, Evan and myself, and you being the hoop head that you are, it's important to have closeout periods. You want to be at your best at that 2 minute under.
Exactly. The last 5 dictates a lot going into half.
Yes, very much so. As Stevenson knocks down the first, as he'll be shooting 4. And this is a great opportunity right now to see the ball go through the basket and get some points on the board. While we're at a little bit of dead time right now, tell me about your season going on right now. I know you're in a boot, but you're across the street right now.
Yep.
Coach Brian Fernandez, good friend of mine. How's the season?
Great guy, man. Came in late. I didn't know a lot of guys. Welcomed me in. Really good, comfortable. He just wants us to work hard. He's a hard worker. recruits, coaches, film, every day, man. It's hard. So we started off the season on hot, very hot. Took a really downfall in the middle of the season. Took a couple of tough losses. But now we're picking right back up, man. We're doing good. Last 3 games, I was having really good games. Unfortunately, rolled my foot, so that sucks, but it's all right right now. We're going into, I think we're in the 3rd seed right now, going into the Region 21 playoffs, so it's going to be good. Tomorrow we play our sophomore night against Queen Sigamon, so it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, and people don't realize how good of basketball is at that level.
100%.
And, you know, for a lot of guys, that's, you know, second opportunities, first opportunities, and the way of basketball has changed so much, the landscape, that there's guys at the JUCO level that can hoop, and you're seeing that on a given night as Souza.
It's a great kick out.
And Durfee does a great job getting the ball onto there. Great pass, great finish by Vega.
Very surprised. New Bedford has a great transition game.
Yeah, New Bedford this year is very much, you never want to say a school like Durfee or New Bedford's back because you're never not there.
Yes.
But the way and the style of play for New Bedford right now, this is a very senior-laden group for New Bedford. The pieces work well together.
To the lane.
Stevenson into a lot of traffic. And this is a tough time of year for pure scorers like Ja.
Definitely.
There's so much film out. Coaches have been in the gyms watching. It is really hard to be the man that everybody is game playing for. That play right there, Stevenson turns the corner, gets to the painted area, 4 red jerseys waiting for him.
100%. I mean, even last year, man, guys started to pick up how fast Ja was, sending double teams, man. It's hard, though. He's a great player, and he's got to be prepared for that. It's a tough layup.
Yeah, that's one that Durfee needed on the board right now.
Especially.
Transition 3 from Rivera, no good.
Got to get the offensive. Come on, got to get the rebound.
Ball runs, bounces back.
To the lane. Very unselfish, New Bedford.
Yeah, New Bedford, you can tell this is a group that's played for a while together. And I know you've spent some time up there in the offseason. Stevenson gets the layup. You've spent some time in the offseason up there. You know, the youth basketball, the spring and summer, it's unique in a way where you play against each other in February, March, and then for some reason, for some of you guys, you're teammates 2 weeks later.
Exactly.
And you get to build those relationships. You're going to start to see it right now because, you know, you're part of the family. But you spend 4 years to Sarah, big three,
shot,
big
shot
from the corner right now, gets that down to 8.
Alvin Texera.
You spend 4 years, and I put my hands in quotes, hating New Bedford, wanting to beat New Bedford, and they are the same way. And then you spend the rest of your life walking into these gyms, and it's all love.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a real cool part of this rivalry.
100%.
And, you know, I'm sure you're seeing it right now with your first year out as Matt Hill calls a timeout right now. Good timeout to settle it down.
Yeah, I mean, off the court, I mean, respect between New Bedford and Durfee, man. It's still good. Like, see those coaching staff, they say what's up, how I'm doing, stuff like that. It's all love. Just in the game, in the heat of the moment, things, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, and it's something from generations, and you and I have spent a lot of time talking about the history of Durfee hoops, and it really is. It's 4 years. You're trying to win. You do it whatever it costs, and then, you know, you spend the rest of your life. It's all love. So it's a cool part of this. And a lot of schools, they don't get that. You know, they don't have the rivalry that this is, and you know, it's unique right now. And Matt Hill got the troops coming out of the timeout with a good timeout by Coach Hill. 8 points, ain't what it used to be right now, but
100%.
Durfee, they could put them in bunches the same way you played. 8 can flip real fast.
Real fast. Going back to the JV game, they were down 10. They went on like a 14-1 run to close out the game. 5 minutes left.
Coach Gadero, one of my pups who's not a pup anymore, great job in the fourth quarter. They flipped that real quick.
Real quick.
Defensively, getting out, getting some layups out there. He was good as New Bedford right now. Baton up there. In different ways, I suppose. Stevenson, just a physical guard.
Physical.
He's got he's got next level physicality already as a high school junior. And even right there, New Bedford kind of had him trapped. He was able to just kind of muscle his way, draw a foul right now.
Totally.
Very fast third quarter. As the Serra three from the right side of the corner rolls out.
Right, this looks good though, man.
You got to take those shots. They're open. They're within rhythm. And Durfee right now, very much so they're in a bend, not break right now. These shots aren't falling right now, but they're playing pretty clean.
Totally, yep. It's a big rebound, yep, let's go.
Rivera with the miss. Lambert right up the middle of the floor. Showing his versatility. He's one of the longer players for Durfee. Can handle the ball a little bit. Very, very underrated passer.
Underrated.
A guy that likes to get other people involved.
Great
Souza
pass. Big
in
shot.
rhythm to Serra with a great volleyball tap right to Lambert, who's in the right place. Goes to the free throw line for two. Gets to bring this down potentially to a two-possession game right now. It's tough sometimes for high school students or basketball in general. Number one thing you see, ball going in the basket,
100%.
ball going in. When you're not, there's so many other layers to basketball. Rebound, extra shots.
That was a big thing for me. I had a lot of guys on my high school teams that were pure scorers, good. I had to find the little things to come out here and just to be like someone that can just play. You got to do all the little things. Take charges, rebounds, 6 to 8 points a game. It goes a long way.
Well, I'll never forget, still navigating the old COVID rules in your sophomore year. You're in class, you made the varsity, and now how do we get on the floor and stick on the floor? And I remember saying to you, rebound, make baby jumpers. If you offensive rebound, you'll accidentally score 8 points a game.
100%.
And as a sophomore, you were probably, and I put my hands in quotation again, a center or a big, and you played a ton doing the little things. And that was really a rocket ship for the start of your high school career.
Yeah, 100%.
And you were a guy, you played with a lot of scorers, you played with a lot of guys that were ball dominant. And to have the success that you did doing the little things, that's great. And that's something that you'll pass on in your basketball journey. As Johnson right now misses the three, and not a lot going on right now in this third quarter as both teams struggling to put the ball in the basket as Lambert wants to take it from the wing. New Bedford packed into the painted area. Lambert in the lane and one.
Jalen Lambert, man. He's back.
And it's great to see him really contributing. That's a great move. New Bedford, obviously, they're packing the paint, that style of pack line right there. Lambert muscled it in right now. 6-point game. Durfee sticking around, creeping around right now. As Lambert shoots the and one of the and one. He knocks it down, and he's going to get called for the violation. He's going to argue it a little bit, but
Hey, man, just take it, man. Take it. It's a momentum switch. Just take it. It's good.
I agree with you right there. That's a big and one. That's a momentum.
Good timeout, Coach Joe. Let it settle down.
Yep, and I agree with you. I'm a big timeout after positives.
Yes.
And you said it right now. There's a momentum shift going on right now. You can feel it a little bit. New Bedford not shooting the ball particularly well in the third quarter. Neither team right now is probably known for their knockdown three-point shooting. They're more of transition and coming bunches and stuff.
Sir.
And how's the transition been at the, now the college level? Three-point line's a little bit further. The rules are slightly.
Believe it or not, guys get to the cup. It's very aggressive. The college weight's a real thing. I came in, I was like, fresh out of high school, man. There's kids on other teams that are like 23, 22 have been hitting them weights as grown men's strength. Them guys get to the rim and it's hard to stop them. So it's a lot faster and you got to play defense. It's not like, you got to help definitely a lot more than high school, but it's defense first. And defense leads to bunches and offensive.
And I'm glad you said that. I don't think we as coaches prepare students for that. That there is a massive difference between an 18-year-old right out of high school and a 22-year-old senior. And you're in the era, and you may be in the era your entire college because of transfers and NILs and the lingering of COVID years as New Bedford muscles in a foul right now. Devon Shields with a big-time muscle and one to get New Bedford back on the ball. You're going to still have a couple of years of the lingering COVID years, extra year guys. So now you're an 18-year-old coming out of high school. You could be 23, 24, 25. That's a big difference for that. You know, and it's obviously it's the same on the women's side right now. Your body's just different. You said it, grown man strength.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing at that next level. And Shields knocks down the free throw, gets that game back up, score back up to 9. New Bedford, 1-2-1-1.
See this right there for you.
Stevenson gets the ball over the timeline.
He can draw a foul for the game.
He does, and he is so good at drawing the foul, getting to the free throw line. He's a good free throw shooter, too.
100%.
And here we are right now, just under 2 minutes. Durfee can
That's his second foul.
chip away with it. Yes, second foul. And he's a very impressive. This is the handful of times I've seen him. He's good. He can play aggressively. He can get on, you know, without fouling. He does a real nice job. Stevenson, the first. Now at the college level, 1-and-1 still in play.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, like,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, so
At
the high
7, I think.
Yep, so at the high school level after 5,
yeah.
you shoot 2.
And that changed my senior year.
And last year, yep. And those that listen, it was a running joke between Evan and I. I wouldn't disclose my answer of whether I liked it or not, and I don't like it because if you're not a good free throw shooter or if you're a shaky free throw shooter, the added pressure of knocking down that first one is, you know, it's out there. You know you're getting your 2, so you're a little bit more free on that first one where, you know, I mean, how many times you're in a youth league game, AAU game, or early high school, you got to knock down that first one. Sherry bats it out.
It's always rough, New Bedford playing here, man, throwing the balls off the backboards, no true bounce.
Yeah, shout out the New Bedford area with the true bounce backboards. Yeah, a lot of gyms have it.
They do.
Dartmouth has it. I know we've got it.
Even a couple of JUCO gyms I played in, they have them.
Yeah. Yep. If you're a backboard shooter, an old school backboard shooter, it's that's fantastic.
Fantastic. Oh, it's rough from behind.
It's
man.
tough right now. Yeah, Durfee really kind of getting in there right now. He's so shifty. He does a good job of, you know, it's next level shiftiness right now. You think he's done, and then he continues. He's very wiry. You know, it's a 7-point ball game right now. Durfee's done a good job of really kind of hanging in here right now. And we've seen this plenty in years past where you make a run in the fourth quarter as Montanari misses the first right now. Neither team's shooting free throws very well right now. And I wouldn't call this a low-scoring game, but we're on the lower end of an average scoring game right now. Montanari's second one is good.
Back up big fourth quarter, man.
8-point lead. Yeah, and Durfee right now is going to do a good job closing out this last minute right now. A couple scores and a couple stops right now will go a long way. And they need a big basket. You know how this place can be right now. You get a transition layup, you get a big three-pointer, get the crowd into the game right now. For Durfee, New Bedford, it's a little quieter. Stevenson, kick to the corner. Sherry, great finish right now. That could be the start of it getting going right now. Stevenson gambles right now. Deflection right now, and that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Momentum.
Durfee finishing the quarter out right now. 6-point ball game. A 3 brings it to 3 right now. Durfee can go into the fourth quarter. As you said, big fourth quarter. Heading up right now. 3 New Bedford bodies below into that painted area.
Gotta get back, John.
Montanari, great jump stop. Great kick out. Gonzalez for 3, knocks it down. Bodies go flying under the basket right now. Kudos to New Bedford right now. Just as Durfee sniffing some momentum, big transition 3. Gets that lead back up to 9 as Sherry takes the ball up right now. We're down 2, 26 seconds left to go. Lambert on the right side, lining up his defender. Stevenson into the painted area right now. Double foul.
Double foul.
On number 24, Shields, and Stevenson right now. This will be at least his third, unless we missed one.
Can't pick these up, especially late in the third, getting into the early fourth.
And this is stuff I call time and score situations right now. With 19 seconds, I don't know if trying to establish yourself in the paint when, you know, is the best idea, but it's tough. He's an aggressive player as Souza to the rim.
Good. Tough take.
Foul. Swooping on the left side.
These are big free throws right here, man. Cut this lead now.
And it's just, you know, it's important to see the ball go into the basket. And Souza, as a lefty shooter, he is every lefty shooter I've seen in my entire life. You just got that sweet lefty stroke.
Definitely.
Shoots the ball smooth, knocks down the first one. 12 seconds to go right now. Durfee looking to get this to a 7-point game with a stop going into the fourth. Souza knocks down the second right now. Bedford bringing the ball up the floor right now. Clock has not started a little slow. New Bedford may have gained an extra second. Montanari up there dribbling. Gonzalez, out of control, going to the basket. We're loose. Shields kicks it out. And that extra second or late start almost hurt the Hilltoppers as Stevenson is on the floor. But Durfee right now goes into the fourth quarter down 7 as Stevenson is in the corner right now. I'm not sure what happened. The ball was following the ball in the air. He's rolling a little bit right now, and he's on his way up. Stevenson, a gamer, and definitely somebody not shy of the big moment when knocked out of him. Gives the thumbs up to New Bedford. There's security in the corner right now, calling over for a towel to wipe things down. Stevenson, the Hilltoppers, off to the bench. And not the best shooting quarter of high school basketball I've seen this year from both teams. Neither team really getting into a lot of flow. Right when Durfee had an opportunity, get a little bit of momentum, creep some momentum, New Bedford answers with a 3. Tay, so I pulled you out of the crowd and I pulled you from your friends, but your opportunity if you wanna finish the ship down right now in the second half, or
man, this game's too close. I gotta stay.
You gotta stay right now. Okay,
I gotta stay.
You gotta stay. And as those that are watching right now, Devontae was a Mr. Kelly taker quite often in his 4 years of Durfee. In class quite a bit, and we had a lot of daily conversations about basketball, all levels, and he is a throwback when it comes to knowledge, and he's got a very bright future in the game of basketball, and whatever lane he chooses, and he has a lot of opportunities and a lot of lanes for basketball. And one of the things, you know, as a graduating student, you know, that was something that I missed. A lot of fun basketball conversations from all eras, all levels. It was a lot of fun. So this is a no-brainer when I bumped into him on Tuesday to see if he wanted to come up here and do this. As Montanari, deep 3. Stevenson with a good defensive rebound. Slides it to Lambert right now. New Bedford.
For a little guard, man, he rebounds. That's what's, even last year helped us a lot, man. He gets up there, he's chasing.
He's strong, he jumps well.
Good pass. Yes. Oh, man. Yes, another one.
Ball is loose right now. Bodies are starting to fly everywhere. Shields on the floor. Stevenson, Sherry right now. And a technical foul on Ben Sherry right now. And watching a lot of basketball, you know, a term that's been thrown out right now is controlling emotions right now. A lot of times, Ev has been with me a lot this year, and he's noticed that it's been either too quick or not quick enough on that jump ball call, and it's so tough. I wouldn't want to be a referee.
Yeah, I mean,
and that was
on a jump ball is aggressive.
Yeah, there was a little extra going on right now, and right now it's a lot of free throws. Sherry right now, he's been valuable all year. Last year, we've talked about it. He plays out of position, a guard growing up, a guard on his come up. Been asked to be a center, and he's done a good job. But right now, picks up his 4th foul.
It takes 2 people to fight for the basketball. I mean, probably less words were like exchanged, but man,
Yeah, being
rough.
up here, sometimes you don't have the opportunity to hear on the court as Rivera knocks down the first free throw. Brings that back up to 8. Rolls out. New Bedford not shooting their free throws well either, and not capitalizing on the technical fouls right now. Rivera had a tough time.
Been a couple here.
Both
man.
times, yeah. As the officiating crew right now wants to make sure we're all in order right now.
Coming into a game like this, I mean, I feel like there needs to be some strictness, but some leanness to it, man. It's a rivalry game. It's gonna, no matter what, it's cities that are side by side. Like, it's gonna be rough. It's
And to bounce off of you, I'm a big believer. It's a fine line, and I've never been
100%.
able to find it myself. But basketball is an emotional sport, and you've got to allow some type of emotion to be played. And you know, this crew right here established. I mean, there's been technical fouls. 3 called on Durfee is something that and this is just their speed right now as Stevenson goes up, finishes up, lays it in right now. 6-point game. Durfee hanging around.
Let's see.
And we got to get this. We got to get this crowd in the game right now. A big stop and a big score will get the crowd in right now. As Sherry's up, no airspace right now. Durfee in a 2-3 zone. Gonzalez for 3, misses it. Big rebound by Jaden Souza.
Gotta just keep running, man. It's half-court offense. It's not working. You just gotta foul, yes, sir. Good foul,
As they even out the fouls at 1-1 right now. Another common theme I talk about quite a bit on these shows, my love of out-of-bounds plays.
Yeah.
And especially late season out-of-bounds plays. I used to have a flash card in my back pocket, and the guy who was a big mentor to me, Mike Silva, was the king of out-of-bounds plays and would always, I just always remember him saying, I got one, I got one, I got one, you know, for these situations right now. It's great to have one in your pocket. I goof with Corey Kadira all the time. I said, hey, listen, you're on the first seat now. You gotta have one ready for these situations.
100%.
Out-of-bounds plays, they're so huge. Always used to set a goal of seeing if we could get 8 points off of out-of-bounds plays and side-out plays, as Stevenson lost one right now.
Oh, what happened down there, man? What was that?
No call, ball flying, and that's his second technical foul, and that's it for Stevenson.
No way, man.
Then 2 fouls right now, and if I'm not mistaken,
He's out the game, correct?
the 2, that'll be done for tonight, and
Is that the next game also?
potentially. Now, I don't know if the flip, he's not leaving the floor right now, and I'm not sure if this was on. Stevens is not leaving the floor right now. So the first one with the flip, I'm not sure if that was a delay of game, and then they called, there was a warning that I missed early right now, because he's not leaving the floor as...
Oh, yeah, so, I mean, it might have been a delay of game.
Rivera knocks down.
I seen the ref symbol attack early, so I was scared. Man.
Yeah. He's not leaving the call, and nobody's going off for it right now. And it's a tale of 2 benches right now as Coach DeCruz working the officials, and Coach Hill and the New Bedford staff as calm as can be right now.
Oh, man.
As calm as can be.
Stand up and yell,
8
man.
point, yeah.
He's letting this game play out, man.
Yeah, Coach Hill, he's having a great year. You know, being on this side a little bit now and not in the trenches from a coaching standpoint. Matt's a great guy and has done a lot of good for New Bedford. So, as a basketball fan and a fan of the rivalry, I'm happy for Matt as New Bedford gets into the lane right now. 23, Vega getting to the free throw line. Now the frustration is starting to set in for the Hilltoppers right now, as the officiating right now is...
I feel like we've been in the 6-minute marker for about 3 minutes.
Very much so. And the other joke, Evan likes smooth, fast quarters, and this is not one of them right now. This is not one of them. As Louis Vega misses the first And it's still an 8-point game with a ton of time. Coach Joe does a really good job of keeping his timeouts. Durfee with 3 timeouts. We've been at 6 minutes forever. Let's extend the game longer.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, that's what you want to do. You want to extend the game, make everything
Offensive rebounds.
mini possessions.
Got to get those rebounds.
You know, Durfee right now.
Travel, man. Oh, man. See,
Extra
rebounds.
rebounds.
It's the rebounds, man. It's hard, man. Ben's the only, like, he's not even a big, and he's the only one out there.
Yeah,
man.
it's got to be, as we used to call it, gang rebound. And as Matt Sherry throws the ball ahead right now, looked at one deep right now. Lambert pretty much right now has been the primary facilitator at the top. Great kick. And the bang, bang, as they say, with Rex Chapman, blocker charge. That's a 50-50 right now.
100%.
Coach Hill up. I think if it was a little close, I might have fought it a little bit right now. Coach Hill, New Bedford right now, they I'm envying their calmness right now. They are letting New Bedford really do their thing, trusting their players. As Lambert to the corner, kicks to Sherry. New Bedford with numbers right now, 3 on 2. Gonzalez 3 in the corner. Stevenson rebound. And now
rebound. Now you got to push and go all the way, man.
Sherry wide open
Big
from the left side.
Matt. Good rebound. Go up. Oh, nice way to draw
Good
the
finish.
foul, man.
Stop the clock.
Coach Hill out of his seat, man.
Yeah, the second half has been a bizarre flow right now. It's neither team has been able to kind of run and gun. Baskets have been tough to come by. And like you said a couple of minutes ago, we looked up and just kept saying 6 minutes, 20 seconds. Lambert makes the first right now.
Big one, man. Got to cut this lead, man. Get it to 8, then we go down 10, 8, 12, back to 8.
Yeah, you got, and that's New Bedford right now, really kind of controlling the game. You know, for the majority of it right now, is Lambert misses the second 3-possession game right now. Is Souza with a big interception.
Yo, what are we?
Durfee panicking a little bit right now. And Sherry's going to get right now. Good job by the referees. This goes into your right now. We don't need to turn this into a technical foul-a-thon.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is one of the, you play multiple sports. You played basketball together. And, you know, a lot of these guys grown up together right now. Sometimes talking is just necessarily, you know, the tone you bring and stuff. So I think the referees did a good job of letting that go.
That's too easy, man. He's getting the ball right in the high post, taking one dribble, man. Got to get someone in that high post.
A lot of bodies at the 1/4 part of the floor right now. To Sarah.
This turnover's going to be a death to us.
New Bedford with a free throw right now. Coach DeCruz letting them play. Bodies still flying. Sherry on the wing. Durfee lets everybody come back. Lambert attack.
Big shot by Texera. Got to get back.
Shots not falling right now. Durfee having a really hard time scoring. New Bedford, their largest lead of the night at 13, 64-51, 4:22 to go in the game. Montanari into the painted area again. Baby skyhook. The ball, they say, off New Bedford. Souza meeting them at the rim. Ball off of New Bedford. Montanari with a flash to the 80s with a baby sky hook.
You got to go, man. Jalen Cook.
New Bedford sending 3 guys to the ball at all times right now. It's just a crowded area of the floor as Sherry enters the paint area. Souza with the 3.
Big shot by
10-point game.
Great
timeout.
Great timeout, man. Regroup, get these guys together. It starts on the defensive side, man. We just got to limit these rebounds and just...
Well, 4 minutes is such a long time, and
Definitely.
You've lived in it. But for me, the score differentiation and how fast it goes from the NBA to college games, 10 is not what it used to be.
No, it's not.
And not to sound old, but in my day, you were up 10, you could stop pulling back a little bit. You could start relaxing a little bit. Now 10, tense 3 possessions. And the way everybody shoots 3-pointers and the way everybody can shoot 3-pointers, it's nothing anymore. And 4 minutes is a long time, especially if you can slow the game down in your favor, get some stops.
Let's see, man.
Durfee going back right now, not showing any pressure. Sometimes your initial reaction to try to get back in a game is to press and to helter-skelter and run around. Teams that press don't like to be pressed. And
100%.
And if you don't get that initial 1-2 steal, you're giving them a full runway. So I don't hate Coach DeCruz coming back in just a solid half-court offense right now. They're in their 2-3 zone, really digging in, making it tough. Great spin move.
That's a rough shot.
Sherry with a big rebound right now. Here the Hilltoppers are running right where they're best. And on the floor, we're going to take the home whistle on that one as Stevenson looked like.
Yeah, if we could draw one more, man, we'd be shooting free throws.
Well, Stevenson looked like Saquon Barkley. I know the Stevenson family are very big fans of the Super Bowl Philadelphia Eagles. That looked like he was running downhill as a running back. But right now, as you said, as he tried to still draw the foul.
Man.
Great job by Souza getting back into the paint.
Where's the defender?
Johnson from the corner. Big three. Been the theme of the night. Back up to 13 points.
Oh, it's going to be a big one, man.
Now we're in TikTok mode right now, and I'm not talking about
don't need
full
to trade
TikTok.
Here, though, man.
This
Get a
is
bucket to the rack. It's a good shot, man. Oh, travel? That's rough.
New Bedford taking their time offensively. Deep three right now. Could be a dagger. No good as Stevenson.
Gotta keep going, man. Good job.
He has that second speed. New Bedford with a great job getting back on defense. Runway for Lambert. Kicks to the left side. Sherry has it knocked out of his hands. Lambert settles him down right now. Now deep three by Lambert over the side of the backboard. Now we're getting into TikTok mode where the clock is now starting to play a factor in the game as we are under 2:30 right now and 13-point lead for New Bedford. As Durfee right now doesn't have that pep in their step defensively. They need a couple quick stops right now. Quick stops, I mean a deflection, a steal. As New Bedford very methodical with there's that quick stop right now.
Again, the stops, you just got to score, man.
Buckets have been hard to come by. Stevenson with the little Euro step going up right now. Stops the clock at 2:04 with a chance to.
Hey, man. Comes in bunches. We'll see.
Yeah, and you've been a part of it. You've been a part of it
100%.
where a handful of games the last couple years, you know, point swings right now. But now with 2 minutes to go, Durfee's going to have to pressure a little bit. See if you can generate some steals in the backcourt, quick layups, use those timeouts. Now foul trouble, not really an issue right now. You know, I personally, if you see if you can get this to even 9 with a 3-possession game, put New Bedford on the foul line, try to keep this game going as long as you can, especially with New Bedford not shooting free throws as well as they had tonight. Stevenson misses the first, misses the second one. Montanaro rips that rebound up there, goes right up, rips it. As New Bedford right now slowing up. Loose ball, Stevenson's able to get out, knocks it down. No timeout called. 11-point lead for New Bedford with 1:40 to go. Right into the lane, Euro step, no good.
Hey.
Here's your potential for bunches. Durfee's got to go.
Gotta just keep pushing, bro.
We're under 90 seconds as Lambert gets into the lane.
Oh, that's rough, man. That's rough. It's good. Get it back on defense.
Durfee only with 3 fouls. They're not going to.
Step in, man. Good block. Oh, then he gets it right back.
Penrose with a really nice game, cleaning around the backboard right now. New Bedford continue to press a little bit. Sarah bringing the ball up the floor right now. We're under a minute. Still a 13-point game for the Whalers. 50 seconds left to go. Lambert with a deep three, no good. Stevenson able to weasel his way in there for a putback. And we got our next one right now. Not sure if we're at double right now, but we've had a lot of technical fouls right now, double technical foul on both benches right now. Now, you know, you say that, you know, allowing for motion and stuff like that. I actually don't think the officials down this stretch have done a terrible job of just keeping the game in a flow. That will be Tessera's 5th, as it says on the clock right now, 41 seconds. Hasn't left the floor right now, and Matthew Sherry coming into the game right now. 11-point lead for New Bedford. Next foul put Durfee, New Bedford on the foul line if they so choose to extend. But what scares me about this is you got to practice, and I bet you do it at the college level.
Yep.
You got to practice how to foul.
Yep.
How many times have you been in a situation where you foul and somebody two-hand shoves and you don't get the desired result? Penroe right now with the basket, and we are just ticking down right now as both teams have kind of let the guards down. New Bedford pressuring a little bit. And Sherry trapped Ben with a three. And part of the tradition right now with Durfee, New Bedford right now, and New Bedford obviously a well-deserved excitement as a well-earned win as New Bedford goes to 13-4 on their season, and not to ever call it a comeback season by any stretch. The Whalers are the Whalers, and they will always be the Whalers, but Matt Hill and his staff has really put the Whalers into position that they're having a fantastic season as both teams go through the handshake line and exchange a lot of pleasantries. Like I said, these guys play a lot of ball in a month together, and you know, it's a good hard-fought game for both of them. Hilltoppers fall to 8-8, and the turnaround is massively quick as very highly ranked Arlington comes into the Luke Urban Fieldhouse tomorrow, and then Durfee's up in Quincy 3 nights in 4 days. Quincy tournament, and then a game against North Quincy. So right now the power rankings had Durfee in, New Bedford in. New Bedford's going to be in regardless. Hilltoppers have some work to do. They're playing both math and wins, so this is going to be a very important February vacation for the Durfee Hilltoppers. So with that being said, Devontae, I took you away from your friends for a half, and I had a lot of fun, and this was beyond fun and much appreciated. I mean it. I miss our basketball talks, but you're part of the Durfee family, and we'll have plenty of basketball talks with that. I wish you well in your recovery. Keep going to classes.
Always.
All right, don't be hurt and not go to classes. Continue to go to classes. You'll be back out on the court. Your buddies are calling you down, so I'll let you go with them.
Man.
This was a lot of fun.
Pleasure, man.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I appreciate
okay,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for those that are watching on live, my pleasure to be doing what I've stated, a very important part of my basketball journey, Durfee, New Bedford, and to do that, the Whalers come out on top against Durfee, and hard-fought game with that. Congratulations to Matt Hill and their coaching staff. Durfee will be back on tomorrow against Arlington in a big game, and they're going to have to really kind of get some things done if they expect to be playing basketball past February vacation. With that being said, I'm Brendan Kelly. It was a pleasure. Thank you, those watching live on Fred TV. Have a great night.